Well, hi guys, I'm Mark. Welcome back to the channel where it really is all about racing. Today, we're going to have a special on Coca Cola and Porsche. Now, you might remember 2019 when Coca Cola and Porsche came up with this idea to have this throwback livery adorn their race cars, the number 911, the number 912, for the 2019 Petit Le Mans. They even had Fred McAwicki, or no, it was Patrick Play, excuse me, go out and do this big commercial doing burnouts and racing around the streets of Atlanta with the police. And, you know, this was the promotional car, the 911 car that came out, that had the Coca-Cola livery. And then they had a double box set that came out, as you see here, that had both the 911 and the 912 car. Now, the 912 car that you see over here on the right was one that you could not buy. They never made it separately. They had the 911 car that you see right there, but they did not have the 912. So if you wanted this is how you had to buy it. Now, when the event took place at Petit Le Mans, oh my gosh, they had T-shirts, they had all sorts of stuff to sell that virtually sold out overnight. And getting these cars, admittedly, I got these secondhand, were almost impossible to buy, and you paid through the ass to get it. And if there are any cars that I consider my most prized in my collection, you're looking at them. These are the cars that I could not do without, particularly this one, as it has the 912, which is very, very rare. And as you can see, they only made 300 of these, and this was 260 out of that 300 that they made. They probably made several thousand of the individual release that they had. Anyhow, that livery was inspired by a Coca-Cola livery on another Porsche. And I just happened to pick that one up under the oddest circumstances, and I wanted to share it with you. Now, this is that other Porsche. This is actually a Porsche 962 short tail that won the 12 Hours of Sebring, and it adored this Coca-Cola livery. And as you can see, it's got this special Coca-Cola box. And guys, this is from the folks at True Scale Miniatures. Now, I've got probably a dozen of their models, and they've got the showroom bases. This is a very, very old one. And believe it or not, I got this thing brand new. It was sealed. I mean, sealed. Somebody held on to this forever. And this was the car, the livery that inspired what you are looking at now. So I thought I would share this car with you. Now, this has an unusual base. It's red colored. On the side, it tells you a little bit about the car. On the back, True Scale Miniatures. It's a brand you all know. And then Coca-Cola on the other side. Even though, notice that it's kind of misprinted. And I wonder if this is how I got that. I can't help but wonder if this was a screw up that they did, because it should be Coca-Cola this way, not upside down. But anyhow, it was. I mean, they got the label right on the other side. They just got Coke wrong. I think that's kind of odd. And as you can see, it's a Coca-Cola 143 scale model True Scale Miniatures on the front of the car as well. The interior of the box is all red, and then you have this really gorgeous car from the folks at TSM. This car is a die-cast model. It has this acrylic jewel cover, and much like a Spark model, oops, let me take this top off. Now guys, as you can see there, the reason I couldn't get the top off of it, I did take the wrapper off the box, but I have failed to unseal it with the original seals that it has on it. So I'm going to have to do that first. Now here's a good look at it with the top off, and what I was going to say was that the base is actually, it's wood. It's just like Spark makes it, and I can't help but wonder if Spark made this for TSM back when this car came out. This was the 1986 winner of the Sebring 12 Hours. I was not there for that race, I can assure you. I just saw this on eBay, and I knew I had to get it because I knew this was the livery that inspired the one that you see in the background that they had at Petit Le Mans in 2019. Because Patrick Play mentioned this car specifically in the video that he did on behalf of Porsche and Coke. And sometimes the stars are just aligned. You find things you thought you would never find, and I happened to find this. And considering that this was the livery and the inspiration for what you saw in 2019, I thought I'd share it with you. And the fact that it was TSM was really neat. The fact that it has this wooden base and not a plastic base like TSM comes with today. But if you take a close look at this, I mean, look at the attention to detail, the exacting detail on it. It is what you would expect Look at the wheel detail. Phenomenal. The windshield, I guess you could call them fasteners. Separate photo etch pieces. The fuel tank. Just the general design. The metal, very thin aerial that you have on the top. One that won't break, hopefully. And here's a look at the front. Got the tow hook recessed here in the nose of the car. Headlights beautifully done. Look at that windshield wiper. And the interior is actually quite nice, even though it's very, very hard to see from what you see here. Look at the photo etch, the grills that you have there. You know, they're not painted. That's an actual piece that they put in there for those air inlets that you have on the side. And here's the, I guess you could call it the driver's side. Domino's Pizza on the rear wing. I don't know about you guys, but I fucking hate Domino's Pizza. That is just absolute crap. And here's a look at the rear. Very nicely done. You can see the one exhaust you have right down there. But I mean, they just beautifully detailed, as you would expect from TSM. I can't help but wonder if at this time Spark made these cars for TSM, it just reeks of Spark more than it does of TSM. Well, anyhow, here you have it. You have the 1986 Porsche 962 livery that inspired the liveries that you see on the Porsche 911 and 912 back in 2019. And here, I guess my collection and the history kind of comes full circle. I thought I'd share it with you guys. Appreciate for watching. We'll see you next time.